It is another good morning, and we are kicking off week 5 of mesocycle. And so 5 of 6. 6 is a deload week, and so it's not an intense week. It's kind of like a transition, get your muscles recuperated and such, and which means that this week is the highest intensity week of the entire 6-week program. And so what does that mean? Well, it means that each set, got to take that to technical failure, so that you don't leave any reps in the tank, or as they call it, Mike Tell of Renaissance periodization says, reps in reserve, RIR. And so today is chest, triceps, shoulders, and so today's chest is incline variations, being the Smith machine, a bench, and then we doing dumbbells, incline, and then we'll different triceps and shoulder exercise. I forget which. So I'm pretty excited about it, and to see where things progress from the first week to today. Kind of looking back to see that growth, the progression on there. But the kind of training that I'm doing is really more focused on hypertrophy versus strength. Now, you're going to get stronger as a result, but you do different things if you're trying to get stronger versus if you're trying to increase muscle mass, which is a muscle hypertrophy. And so, you got some runners here in the middle of the street. Good thing they got their shiny vest on and lights going. Good for them, getting running at this time in the coolness. But anyway, and so focus on muscle hypertrophy, and going to trying to get a little bit bigger muscles here. And so it means that certain types of working out, reps, do things from a technical standpoint, having to eat more calories, putting on some weight, and my weight is up. I know not all of it is muscle by any means, or all of it's fat. A lot of it also is water weight, glycogen in my muscles, filling out my muscles as far as that too. So if I were to go and eat a lot less over a day, taking a lot less carbs, I would lose a lot of weight pretty quickly, because it's not actual like fat or muscle. Excuse me. Should be hopefully talking with a doctor. I'll find out when I'll be talking to the doctor soon about my blood results. And so I guess I'll just share, it was one of the things I was wanting to get tested for was testosterone levels. I've suspected for years that many years actually, that I've been on the lower side of where things are at. And sure enough, they came back and that's to the case. And so we'll see what to do about that, and we'll see what's going to happen. And I'll be sharing it here too as that journey goes, if I do anything about it, and that. I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. But let's talk about tracking progress, and that's what doing through this app, and is to track my sets, my reps, the weights, and to intentionally try to progress. And that's how you're gonna know if you're seeing results. Yeah, there's anecdotal things where you could see if you're having results too, but to be able to actually track it and to objectively measure is an ideal way to grow. And I know I've been talking about prospecting lately. Is if you're doing prospecting, you want to track the different things so you can see how you can improve your metrics. If you want to, let's say you make 30 calls a day, track how many people answer, track how many appointments obviously you got out of it. Track, start labeling the types of objections you get and putting them in categories, and start keeping track of which objection comes the most frequently. Track what time of the days that you're doing your calls on. Track if you're doing the single call or the double call. And then over the course of time, you're able to see where you're growing. You're able to see what is most effective for you. You're able to extrapolate that data in order to figure out where you need to improve, where you're doing strong. Now, the thing you have to be careful of is you don't want to make big changes from day to day. And you want to track it over the days, of course. Then you want to track it over the weeks as well, and of course the months. And then you'll be able to start seeing the trends a lot better, especially over the course of weeks. You might start seeing that calling Mondays at a certain time is better than Mondays at a different time. And then it's okay, then optimize if you can your Monday calls at a certain time. But then you might notice on Tuesday, the calls at that time on Tuesday, you make them, sorry, let me say that again. You make the calls on Tuesday that are the most optimal time on Monday, but you find Tuesdays are not the same time. It doesn't work as well. Well, if you can make a change, make a change. You find out what objections you're getting the most common, focus on those the most. The Pareto principle. If 80% of the objections you're getting on there are the same objections, well, those are the ones you want to get the best at. And the 20%, the one objections you get, as time goes, you want to work on those. That's only 20%. So if 80% of your objections are one or two objections on there, and you get really good at those, your results are going to skyrocket. Versus if you are trying to become master at all of them, you're not going to be as impactful. But how do you know this stuff? You track it, you measure it, you write it down, so then you can objectively make good decisions. I have found myself and other people too, as I train and coach them, we do a really terrible job of self-measuring and of measuring our results in our head, I should say, and what we think we're doing. And then when we put it down and we try to track it, it is nowhere near what we think. But as soon as we start to track it, our performances improve and growth happens, and you start to see the other evidence of growth. More appointments, more clients, more sales. And of course, when you have more sales, you're making more money. And so you want to track what you are doing. And it's one of the reasons why now for my working out here, I didn't track my stuff before, but now I'm tracking it. I track what I eat, and so I know the macros I'm getting, the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, how much I'm taking in. And there's certain levels that I'm trying to hit for that. The same thing with calories. Versus if I do willy-nilly, I'm not going to hit the numbers. For instance, some days that I think that I'm pretty full or whatever, and I ate a good amount, but then I check my calories, what I put in, and I'm actually really low, and so I have to stuff in more calories. And other times is that I think, man, I'm hungry, like a lot more food I can eat. I look at the calories, so no, I don't have as much left over because I put on a lot of calories in that day, or ate a lot of calories a day. Maybe ate something that was a lot more calories in it, but wasn't that filling. And so you got to track these things, and then you can make objective decisions, because our mind isn't the best with just figuring that stuff out on its own. So let's write it down. I am parked here, so it's time to get at it. Have yourself a good one. Take care.